Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of April 25th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give in to our obsessing. And today we are obsessing about whether we are spontaneous. Can we pull off last-minute trips, plane tickets, all that sort of thing? Can we just move on a dime, change our plans, run with it? Can we, do we wish we could, or are we last minute by accident? I have a long list of things that must be done for any trip, and at least 10 of them involve obsessing about having to start planning. So if that is truncated and I don't have my obsessing and worrying and thinking and rethinking and then thinking again, I am very stressed. Mm-hmm. So I like to have me a large window in which to fret and plan and change my mind and look things up 500 times and spend way more time than I spend walking or reading or doing those other things that are supposed to make me happy. Just thinking, do we really want to do this? Is this a good idea? Should we go? I don't know. How about you guys? Are you totally with it? Are you like, yes, I am ready at a moment's notice to do whatever life calls on me to do? Please say no.
No.
Not even close.
No. I think, when I do things last minute, it's because I procrastinated or I forgot or I, was too busy doing my daily happiness jobs or whatever. And
I would think those things are all part of the process.
Yeah. So, I think that I definitely sometimes do things last minute, but it's more of a unintentional thing than like, hey, it'd be fun. Let's go, blah, 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 and go do it. So,
right.
It's more like, oh my gosh, is it already time for XYZ? I did not prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of plan out my time in my head, like for a spontaneous road trip. If somebody said, hey, let's just drive here this weekend where you don't really need to do a lot of setup.
Right.
But I have plans that weekend. I mean, on Saturday, I was going to get up and then do work in bed for 5 hours.
Right.
And then I was going to, record a podcast. And then I was just going to sit around and fall asleep on the couch. And now I have to change all those important plans. I don't know.
Right.
So I'm not spontaneous that way either. It's like I kind of have in my head what I'm going to do each day. And if I'm called upon to change that, even if it's not really a plan so much as it's just a lack of plan, I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm a fuddy-duddy. I was different when I was young. I think I was more spontaneous when I was young.
Yeah. Well,
when that I had to make plans for. So,
and also when you work for yourself, as we've discussed here, you don't have vacation days. If I'm going to go away for a week, even a weekend, I have to get everything done before that. Otherwise I'm working during my spontaneous road trip, so that's not exactly fun. So I really, if I'm going to go away somewhere, I like to know far enough in advance so that I can get all my work done so that I can actually enjoy whatever spontaneity is
definitely
happening.
Yeah.
I am very much not a spontaneous person. My husband is. He has the luxury of being spontaneous. That's because he knows I'm going to let the dog out and I'm going to put the garbage in the bin and arrange for the, cats to be fed. And
having pets is almost harder for spontaneity than kids.
Yes,
it's impossible.
True.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. And the reason this topic came up actually was because I was in awe of a friend who won tickets to see one of her favorite late night talk shows. But she lived on the on the opposite side of the continent as this show. But she was on the plane the next day. I was like, wow, that's amazing. I don't think I could do that.
I don't think I could even spontaneously go to a concert that was of interest. It's like 3 hours from my house.
Right.
I'd be like, I don't know.
Well, this is why you always were, nervous about entering the Hamilton lottery, because then you would have had to go that same day. If I win, I'll have to actually go. What?
And like that night, it would be just drop everything and go.
Right.
So that was always stressful. Fortunately, it never became.
It never actually happened.
It was never actually a problem, sadly. But
they probably still do it. I wonder.
Yeah. I bet they do. Yeah, I did spontaneously stand out in a line with Kathy Cesare one time.
Yeah,
to go to a thing that was pretty spontaneous. But I get less and less spontaneous the older I am, because my home is so very comfortable, and why would I ever want to leave? Really, honestly.
Yeah, when I had my weekend away with my friend a couple weeks ago, I mean, that was on the calendar for like 8 months. It was because she was going to a conference, and so she knew about it, and we were planning on it from that time. So, but it was always like a little bit like, well, as long as XYZ does or doesn't happen, I'll go. So it was spontaneous in that way, but but mostly it was not at all. So
maybe some of the things that make us a little sour on spontaneous things is that we are still the ones who have to do all the planning for them,
right?
Generally. There is the issue of the work, which is, and just of a disruption of routine, which I don't like. But still, if somebody came up in a limo and said, hop in, we're going to have a night on the town somewhere, we're going to go away somewhere. My husband had arranged everything, the hotel, the transportation, had called my places I work for and said, she's off these days, done everything, and just whisk. I'd be okay.
Yeah.
I might be okay.
I would, but then wouldn't you be like, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you make sure this was done?
That's true. I have this list of 500 things we need to go over first.
Yeah. On the way there, I'd be like, turn around. You forgot to do this.
He says clearly he would have to like drug me, and then I would wake up at a hotel. Right. Honey, are you listening? Then maybe I could enjoy myself.
Yeah.
But, it's just having to be the one who deals with the spontaneity. Okay, hey, we're going to go someplace. Could you check for air travel? And could you make the reservation in the hotel? And can you figure out how we're going to get there? And, how are we going to get to the airport? And
make sure everybody has their time off.
Yeah. It's like, then, really, travel is overrated. We don't need to go do that. We could just watch TV. Any place you want to go, there's a TV show.
There's a TV show about it, for sure.
And I'll just be over here working. It's fine.
Pass.
We do have our annual trip to the New Jersey Special Olympics coming up, which used to be a standard feature of the calendar, but has been was suspended for a couple of years because of COVID.
Right.
So we've never known which year it would come back, and now it's like, it's back. I got to make a reservation.
Right.
So it feels a little spontaneous, but next year it will not.
Next year it won't feel spontaneous because you'll know it's coming.
It'll just be back to routine. Yeah. But now it's sort of like, oh, we're going to do that. Oh, cool.
Right.
Everybody get time off work.
Right.
So every now and then, maybe. But in general, no.
Yeah.
I'm a stick in the mud.
Yes.
I'm a inert figure on the couch.
And in your ears, because we are always here podcasting.
That's right. Even when y'all travel, you bring your microphones with you. If we should list all the hotels this podcast has been recorded from.
And far off places too. Catherine, didn't you record? No, you didn't record from Iceland, did you?
No, I didn't. But I'm sure we pre-recorded.
Yes.
I think I have recorded from a hotel at the Special Olympics. So
right.
All over the place.
And I've definitely been in Vancouver.
Yes. So y'all can be as spontaneous as you want. Our podcast will follow you then.
An international podcast.
Our microphone will travel, maybe.
And honestly, our episodes really are spontaneous because oftentimes we figure out the topic.
Yeah.
As we're warming up our computers. As you can tell by the just off the top of our head, spontaneous way we speak.
That's right. Well, we're going to wrap it up for today on round 4, but tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we've selected seconds before we discuss them. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there on our Facebook page or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.